What is BMV? The property industry is full of acronyms, but this is probably one of the most commonly used and stands for below market value. Now, it's important to know exactly what BMV is because you will see it in a lot of literature and potentially on deals being sold. It's a bit of a buzzword and can be used to make a deal look more attractive than it is, but it's important to note that there is a difference between BMV and discounted from asking price. Below market value is exactly as it says. It's a price agreed below the market value. So what is market value? Well, this is subjective and is influenced by many factors such as supply and demand. However, in the end, this will be determined by RIC surveyors. However, there is and should be some science behind it and is largely driven by sold and on-market comparables in some cases. If you're looking to find out what the market value is of a certain property in your research, then you will need to look for like-for-like comparables. So the same number of bedrooms, reception rooms, layout, condition, external space, etc. Ideally, this needs to be within a quarter of a mile of the subject property, but you can extend the radius to find a good comparable, as this is the method a surveyor will use. Also, it needs to be a recent comparable, so usually within the last 12 months. If you want to take your research a step further, you can calculate the pound per square metre of a sold comparable. The square metre of a property can be found on the gov.uk website and by searching Find an Energy Certificate. Once you've searched via postcode or street name, you can identify the property and scroll down the EPC to find the square metre. You simply then take the sold price and divide the square metre to get a pound per square metre number, and you can use this as a guide for your subject property by reverse engineering and multiplying the size of yours by this number. So once you have all this data, you should have an educated number in your calculations of what the market value of that property would be, and only then can you accurately decipher whether the price agreed is below market value. Be cautious of people saying a property is below market value just because it's discounted from the seller's or agent's asking price. Asking price is not always the market value, so always carry out your own due diligence and think like a surveyor would.